AWOLNATION released an album called Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders.
It's 10 songs, 39 minutes long.
And somehow, for being one of the shortest AWOLNATION albums to ever come out, it still felt too long.
So we reviewed Here Come the Runts in 2018, and
seasoned Audioface podcast.
Seasoned Audioface podcast, right? And I'm like, I remember when we reviewed it, I said it was okay. Like, they have their sound and everything, but they were starting to evolve a little bit. They had some experiments and stuff, and I thought that it was okay for the album. But then on this one, Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders, I'm like, first off, since they released it in 2018, they need to take a break, as we always say. Give it some time, relatively speaking. But on a band like this, who they have a very specific sound, you need to take time to really evolve it. And with this album, I think it came out too close to their latest release, and it's flat. It's very, very flat. It's uninspiring. There isn't much in it that that gives me hope for them, I should say. Because the one thing is
Grim Reaper shot.
Right? The one thing is it's shorter, which is one thing. I'm like, okay, it's shorter, so it didn't feel that long. But at the same point, every song, it's just they do that same thing that they've been doing for like the construction of their songs. The main difference is the lyrics. The lyrics are more heartfelt. They're more looking into the personal stuff, which has been going on. A lot of artists have been doing, but that's one thing. I'm like, okay, you're evolving your lyrics. Now your lyrics need to match the construction of your music itself, and then once you do those two, then you're going to make very good music. But now what's happening is you have very good substance in your lyrics, but you have really shitty substance in the construction of your music, so it comes out flat and bland, and you're not getting the point across that you're trying to make.
Yeah, it's like nicer. I mean, if the lyrics are the present, then the music is probably the packaging, and that's a really bad analogy.
Exactly.
And the packaging is like the packaging it comes with in the store, not even like a little box with a bow or anything. But to the point where you were saying, just to add context for the listeners, about it feels a little like there's been a lyrical improvement. A lot of this album was written after the big fires that are happening in California, because I think a lot of the band members lived in Malibu. Lucky them. And
right. Must be nice.
Must be nice. And well, actually, must not be nice, because their houses were burned down, and they lost
that's
like.
That's why you
most
don't live
everything.
on a goddamn hill, people.
It's
really, it's just it's like how in the valley, right?
I don't blame them for the fire.
Oh, I don't, but it's just like, it's funny to me sometimes every time I go to the valley to visit the Grosseltern, and I'm like, why are there houses on these hills? Like this, don't they know this shit is engulfed in flames every 4 months? And they keep building homes here, so. But anyways, that actually makes sense in a way. But one song I think is an epiphany of their sound and their stagnation is Lightning Riders, the 4th song in. If you listen to that song, it gives you that is the best and the worst of the band, because it gives you something that you can play in the background and it's fine. It's not going to offend anybody, but it's not going to have everybody sit down and be like, whoa, that's a good song. Like, we can't talk about it because we don't care. But the thing, there was certain songs and stuff with people, they'll like, you listen to it in the background, like, whoa, what is that? I want to know who wrote this. I want to know what's going on in the background. And you hear this, and you're just like, this is very uninspiring. And Lightning Riders is a perfect epiphany of that, or perfect, I can't think of the word, but like, encapsulates the entire album as a whole into why I'm saying that. Because the rest of the songs, I really don't need to review them, because it's all the same. They have the same build-up crescendo. They yell into the mic every 24 seconds.
Oh yeah, there's one song near the end that was like really yelly. I think it was Battered Black and Blue. Mm-hmm. It was just really yelly, and I really couldn't do it.
Because they've been doing that thing since 2011.
I mean, that was the trick with Sail, and it was cool in that one song, the way it was executed then, but like you can't.
Exactly. It's a sound, it was a sound that is perfect in 2011, and they haven't evolved it enough, because then you have like Run in 2015, which Run is a kind of a cool song in a way, but then the album was still stagnant. So that's one thing that they reverted back too much to the sound of their previous albums compared to Here Come the Runts, where they started to evolve their musicality and stuff of it. So it's very, very disappointing to me. And it's milquetoast Run centrist. Insert Mayor Pete here, and that's what you get out of this album.
AWOLNATION has been really good and consistent with one thing, and I would say that's album enders.
That's
the thing I'm on for this year.
Okay.
Nights of Shame was a very good like album ending song. It was like this 3-part thing for Megalithic Symphony, where Sail came on, where they kind of got put on the map. And I actually kind of like the last 2 songs on here, Half Italian and I'm a Wreck.
I like I'm a Wreck.
Yeah, and like,
I'm a Wreck is good because it's slow.
yeah, it's slow, and I think that's where AWOLNATION could possibly explore.
Yes.
I kind of like Arctic Monkeys kind of went from a faster paced AM to a slower, more kind of reflective, tranquility based, and to some degree.
Yes.
And maybe AWOLNATION could benefit from retooling their sound in a way they want to go in a more direction thematically with their music to match the lyrics.
Exactly, because that's what Arctic Monkeys did, was exactly that, because the lyrics are super very introspective and tranquility based, and that's how they changed their sound to reflect that. And that's one thing, that's a good point, I think, because I'm a Wreck, half the time I don't really remember. I know I'm a Wreck is slow, and I like the sound of it because you can really hear the lyrics instead of supposed to some dude running up and down on the mic being all white boy with long blonde hair just going
yeah.
And there you go. So yeah, it's disappointing. It's okay, whatever. There's a lot of good music coming out this year, so it's gonna get just pushed aside for all the good stuff that's been coming out this year. So our arbitrary scale this week is cleaning products, because you know, if you know, you know. That's all I want to say, because this country is extremely stupid.
Because we elected the reality show game show host philanderer who decides to suggest people inject bleach because he loves hearing the sound of his own voice and sound like the smartest person.
What happens if you inject orange juice in your veins?
That was the original No Chill Island.
The original one.
Okay. If you know, you know on that one, let's say. We'll leave that one tight. So the arbitrary scale this week is cleaning products. This is LA's totally awesome bleach, the kind you get at the 99-cent store.
Nice. This is, oh man, I don't know what this is. This is Clorox toilet scrub? No, not the toilet scrub, but like the ones that you put in your toilet that just like the little sticky ones that stay there to refresh in the toilet all the time.
The tablets?
The tablets, yeah. The Clorox tablets for your toilet, because they're good, right? They work, I guess. I don't have a sense of smell, so I have no idea, but like you put that shit on and it just stays there. So that's what this album is. It stays on the toilet and just kind of, you know, moderates it.
The shit goes by it, but it doesn't stay there.
Exactly. You're not going to get skid marks on your toilet from that.